Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Daily Dungeon Diving. In the last episode, I kind of discussed all of my information that I got from analyzing my 9th and 10th dungeon runs. I analyzed some of the information about the Forsaken and the Desecrators, trying to do them cheaply, and a couple of other things. And I discussed all of the Forsaken numbers that I got. However, I didn't really have time to discuss the Desecrator numbers. So let me go ahead and focus a little bit on clearing out this room. And then I will go over the Desecrator numbers that I got. Now, I should mention that all of these numbers that I'm talking about, they are based on the amount of damage that was reduced in the video that I was reviewing. So I used a flanged mace on a desecrator, or on a Forsaken. Flanged mace has 35 damage, and the amount of damage it actually did to the Forsaken was 24. Ugh, excuse me, little gas from the pop I'm drinking. So the amount of damage reduction, essentially, you can very easily figure that out. Okay, I don't know why my character went ahead and did that, but okay, whatever. Character's doing things that I don't want him to do, and I didn't press the auto button, but it decided to do that anyway. Whatever. Things are going awry, but you know that's what happens when you record gameplay. Things go awry. So, anywho, the weapon does 35 damage, only 24 of it applied. So basically, all you have to do is take 24, divide it by 35, and that is the percent of your damage that is actually going through. And it turns out to be 68.5% of the damage, which means that the Forsaken's armor value, whatever his armor actually is, reduces damage taken by 31.5%. So all of the numbers that I mentioned for the Forsaken, those are based on those numbers. Now, the game kind of rounds things. It rounds the hidden decimal numbers and whatnot. So I cannot claim that my numbers are absolute and 100% accurate. I cannot claim that, guys. So some of these numbers may be ever so slightly off. If they are, don't blame me. I'm just, you know, forewarning you guys. They may not be 100% accurate, but they should be like 99% accurate. But yeah, the Desecrator is a little bit different than the Forsaken, obviously. It has a lot more health. The Forsaken only has 175 health, whereas the Desecrator has 400, I believe it was. Let me flip over to that page where I had all of that information about the Desecrators and such. Yes, they have 400 HP. Okay. So, you know, obviously the Forsaken has less than half of the HP that the Desecrator does. So it's a little bit, it's more of a tank than it is a damage dealer, really. So the number of hits and everything is completely different. When I did my initial study on how to fight the Desecrator cheaply, or what it would look like fighting the Desecrators cheaply, my weapon of choice at that time was the Falchion. So I used the Falchion, and I found that I had to hit him 20 times, and I was doing, what was it, 20 damage apiece with those hits. So I had to literally hit him 20 times in order for him to die, and I took 9 hits in return. I believe I actually took 10, but one of those was kind of, one of those was actually because of a a situation I got myself into while dealing with the 2 possessed that decided to aggro with the Desecrator. So you only have to do 20 hits with the falchion, and you'll get hit 9 times in return. So actually, you can kind of reduce the amount of damage that I mentioned earlier. I took 230 damage in return, but you can take that down to about 207, I believe would be the number. That sounds about right to me anyway. Now I think I still put more berries. Yes, okay, so I'll go ahead and put all this stuff up here. I came up here because I need to grab some more weapons. Unfortunately, I really didn't grab a lot of Cartthills. I wasn't aware that I was out of Cartthills, essentially. So I have armor up here. I have plenty of armor, but I don't have a lot of weapons on me. Hopefully I do not have to go back home and make some Cartthills. And I may have to grab some maces as well, actually, because, yeah, that's all of the basic weapons I have. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to have to do that, looking at everything that I've got there. So I may do that after this run. I also have to be aware that the AI will probably spawn in here relatively soon. That's not going to be a fun time when it happens. I saw that the last time I did the dungeon run. An AI just spawned in out of nowhere. I have no idea where the AI spawns. I don't know if they have to spawn at the entrance and then they can come down, or if they can just spawn anywhere and just start running towards you. I have no idea. Obviously the map is pretty large, so it can be difficult to find that out. And also, since the AIs are in here now, it actually makes using holly berries a little bit more risky, because if you don't know exactly when they're going to pop up, then, you know, you could just take a whole bunch of holly berries and end up having to throw up at a really, really bad time when the AI spawns and is rushing you. So that could be a little bit of an issue. But anyways, talking about the Desecrators, ooh. You know what? Let me clear out this room first, because it looks a little hairy. It's gonna take a little bit of my brain power to process how I wanna deal with all of this madness. Okay, you're a leper soldier. That ain't no big deal. Leper soldier, I'm not even gonna bother to kite him. It's not that big a deal to take some damage from the leper soldiers. Ooh, that's a Desecrator though. That I am not going to take a whole lot of damage from. Or I don't want to take a whole lot of damage from. So actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna switch to these. Unfortunately, I don't know. Yep, that's possessed over there. I lost my opportunity for a sneak attack. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we are going to switch to my jerky. Oh, I didn't need to use the last hit there. Oh well. I did it anyways. Oh well. And then I will switch back to my tier 1 armor. What'd you drop for me? Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, Desecrators, speaking of that guy. So basically what I figured out is, you know, 20 hits with the falchion is... it's okay, but since you can actually do 2 for 1, on the Desecrators, what I kind of thought about is, okay, so if I can do 2 for 1, if I can reduce the number of hits that it takes to kill him by 2, then I can take 1 less hit from him in return. At least that was the basic idea. I'm gonna have to aggro these one by one. Yeah. They are just kind of in a position that I don't really like. Now, however, I can get a sneak attack in. That would be ideal here. What is this up here? Just another possessed. Alright, that's fine. So I kind of had the idea, if I can reduce the number of hits that it takes to kill a Desecrator by 2, I can take one less hit. And one less hit from a Desecrator is actually a pretty big deal. Because that allows me to take significantly less damage. I mean, basically, it cuts my damage down by 23. So I looked at the breakpoints, and I did the math. The Desecrator... Let me just explain real quick with the Falchion. The Falchion does 36 damage. It was doing 20 damage to the the Desecrator. So again, 20 divided by 36 ends up being 0.555, which means I was doing 55.5% of the Falchion's damage. Which means that his armor, whatever that armor value is, I don't know what the armor value actually is, whatever it is, it reduces damage by 44.5%. So knowing that, looks like we have a Leper Soldier over here, another Leper Soldier right up there, and Possessed and something else up there. I don't know exactly what else is up there. But we'll go ahead and pull him out, and I will kite him around this table while I explain this. So the Desecrator's armor reduces damage by 44.5%. So plugging that in and grabbing some weapon numbers, I basically learned that since he has 400 HP, if you want to take him out in 18 hits, you need a weapon that does 42 damage, which is pretty unfortunate. I was hoping that maybe a Falchion +1 would be enough for him, but unfortunately, it looks like that absolutely is not the case. Come on, guys. Get out here. So that's really not the case. And, you know, you need basically a Falchion +2 or something else that does 42 or more damage. Now, if you have a Falchion +2 will do 44 damage, and actually what I found is that you can kill a Desecrator in 17 hits with a Falchion +2. Now, the 17 hits isn't super big, because, again, you're going to do 2 for 1, so it doesn't... I don't think it saves you a hit. Maybe it could, depending on the timing of those hits, I suppose. But I don't believe it would really save you a whole lot in terms of damage. Now, that being said, if you have a weapon that does 46 damage, you'll be able to kill the Desecrator in 16 hits, and from there I kind of just went every 2 hits because I didn't really care a whole lot. Can I not? Yes. All right. Sweet. Managed to not aggro the Forsaken back there. Very good. Ooh, you're a little close, aren't you? Okay, and let me go ahead and use the bandages. Don't wanna fight him barehanded. That would be bad. Another one of those. Equip that, and I'll throw those on there for some healing. So again, I'm kind of demonstrating right now. You know, you can get 2 hits for 1. What the hell? Why'd you just attack mid? Like, you were locked onto the Desecrator, but you decided to attack nothing? What are you doing? What are you doing there, character? Like, what the heck was all that about? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Just whatever. I'm not gonna dwell on it too much, but it's a little odd, to say the least. Okay, and actually, I'm gonna want the halberd here. And if all goes well, I don't even need to change my armor for the Forsaken here. But yeah, so obviously with 16 hits with a 46 damage weapon, that would be pretty nice. You'd only have to take 8 hits in return, maybe 7 if you were really good at timing things. So that way you'd only be taking... what would it be exactly? I can't think of it off the top of my head. And I didn't need to take that hit, but I did anyway. Actually, I should probably eat, just to make sure he doesn't kill me here. Good. Okay. Whew. Fighting Forsaken can be a little stressful. Can be a little stressful, yes. So let's go ahead and, what was this? Okay, it was just a possessed who had some flax fiber. Let's go ahead and see what this chest has. So, you know, obviously the less hits you need to kill the Desecrator, the less hits you're going to receive in return. But we can't really necessarily get the damage that we need in order to kill them very quickly without using expensive weapons. So I've kind of done all that math, and in order to kill a Desecrator in 14 hits, which would definitely help in reducing the amount of damage that we receive in return. Unfortunately, that puts us in the position of having to use a weapon that does 53 damage. And so, I mean, basically, you need to use a bastard sword in that instance. That's basically the only thing that will do the job. You're not going to get anything that's going to get up to 53 damage. I mean, you could get a falchion. A falchion plus 3 actually does 52 damage, unfortunately. So it's just not quite strong enough there. Getting a sneak attack here could be kind of dangerous, to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna do it anyway, though. Because I'm crazy! Yeah, how much HP do I have left? 11? Eh, whatever. Whatever. That works, I guess. Again, this is not going to be a super efficient run, because I don't have the things that I would normally have for a dungeon run right now. Don't know why I didn't prepare them ahead of time, but again, I've kind of, with the news about a potential update coming soon for the second floor of the dungeon, you know, being able to complete the torture chair, I'm kind of stuck playing catch up. Okay, so we got a leper soldier, a plague spawn, and I don't know what that last enemy is. The crouch icon is kind of covering him a little bit. I would say he's probably a leper soldier. So that's probably an alternate path, a dead-end path. And this is probably the proper way to go, because I see a lot more enemies this way. We'll go ahead and take the other path then first, I suppose. Fortunately, I don't have any more cart bills to kite any plague spawns that I encounter. So that's going to be my major issue, is plague spawns are going to get a hit in regardless, and I don't want that. I'm going to go ahead and use the differences in enemy speed to my advantage here a little bit. separate them. There we go. That way I don't have to get hit by both of them at the same time. That worked out reasonably well. And then we've got 2 paths to go down here. Hopefully both of them lead to chests at the very least. I'm just going to go ahead and drag you away. I don't know what the enemy up here is. It's probably going to be another possessed. Nope, it was a leper soldier. Okay, well, whatever. That is very unfortunate that he did that way. That room, yeah, that's a little bit of a clusterfuck. Yeah, definitely. Looks like it's mostly leper soldiers, though. Unfortunately, they've bunched up, and they have the same movement speed, so there really isn't going to be any way to separate them. I kind of had to take those hits. Again, no more cart thills, so I can't actually kite these guys around. Whoa, that was a significant lag spike. Holy freaking crap. That was quite the lag spike. I like teleported from the door all the way over here. Or at least that's what it looked like to me. Wow. That was a little ridiculous. But yeah, the Desecrators, unfortunately, you know, because of their armor and because of their HP count, like, if you really want to kill them quickly, you really, really have to use high damage weapons. There's really no way around it. But thankfully their attack speed is low enough, and the numbers of them in the dungeon are low enough that it's really not a super expensive thing in terms of food or armor to fight them with cheaper weapons. It's really not that bad. So, you know, it's a reasonable experience to just, you know, fight a Desecrator with a normal falchion. I think a falchion +1 would be probably... Well, actually, no, a falchion +1 wouldn't really help you out. You need 44 damage to get to that 17 hit mark that I mentioned before. So, you know, that would be a little more preferable. But, you know, obviously, again, falchion +2s, if you go to +2, you're kind of losing overall damage from your falchions because you're going to break some of them. So, I don't know. It's kind of a sticky situation. Alright, so they are all taken care of. Let us see what we can see in here. Mechanism and some bandages and stuff. Okay, those are nice. Those are nice. And, actually, you know what? Yeah. This episode's at about 25 minutes, so I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and grab all the loot off these bodies, grab the loot from this chest, and we are going to start making our way back towards the entrance. Stuff all the loot in chests and such along the way. And actually, I'll leave that body there to remind me that I have not picked up the stuff from that chest, because I honestly don't have room for it right now. And when I come back in the next episode, we will move along in the dungeon here. We will hopefully find the final room with the Forsaken Chest, and hopefully we will have even more goodies to grab then. I'm kind of hoping, since I got a unique finally in my 11th run, that the curse is over, that it's been broken, that I won't have to go through another 10 dungeon runs without getting a single unique or other item fairly rare item that I actually want to have. I'm really hoping that'll be the case, but we shall see. Anyways, I gotta head back to my base and grab some more weapons. I gotta make some cartels and stuff, because, yeah, this is just, this is not super great. I don't have any maces here. I don't have any one-handed swords or falchions around here, so I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of weapons, but I'm just gonna kind of grab whatever I might have at base. I'll probably make some cartels, but that's just because, cartels are super simple and easy to make. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get some weapons from base. I will come back, and we will then continue exploring the dungeon. So, until next time, guys, take care, and I am out.